On today's SheerLuxe Vodcast, we have the ever fabulous Federica joining me and Hodge to talk about the new movie franchise that we're not quite convinced about.
A friend of mine is actually involved in this Beatles thing.
Okay, the Sam Mendes one.
Yeah, and the money that's been put into it.
Yeah, we are debunking myths on what it takes to be successful.
8 a.m. they've done Pilates, yoga, I don't know, took the kids to school. I'm like, what?
2 new TV shows that you absolutely need to watch. In the first episode, Martin Scorsese's in it, Ron Howard's in the third, Greta Lee's in the second, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, yeah.
And we answer your juicy dilemmas.
It makes a weird power imbalance in a relationship when somebody really wants to get married and then somebody doesn't.
Do subscribe and enjoy because it's a good one. Welcome to the SheerLuxe Vodcast with me, Charlotte Collins. This week, I'm joined by Hodge Templeman and Federica Lebacca.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I can't believe you haven't done our podcast before.
I'm pretty nervous.
Don't be
like,
nervous.
I'm actually like, I don't know if it's the coffee or just the podcast, but I'm like,
Vanessa did the Vodcast last week, who I don't know if you know on our team, and she's German. I've said this to you so many times as well, but I'm constantly floored by the girls that we work with whose first language is not English, who speak. Like, the idea of doing a Vodcast in a foreign language is insane
With
to me.
like conversational chat.
Yeah.
Like,
what was it
formal.
you said the other day? It was like
The
fur trim.
trims.
I was like, how do you know that level of vocab? I
On the
just
show.
don't understand. It's so
I don't know.
impressive. It's so
Thank
impressive.
you. I feel like I'm more used to talking in English now,
That's
especially when it comes
wild.
to work and like technical words.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's for you.
Like that.
I've got a whole load of things here that I'm supposed to have talked about already. There's a competition winner from last week. We were giving away a Fenty bundle, and the winner is Sophie W169.
Ooh, well done, Sophie W.
Sophie. Sophie, please write into podcast@sheerluxe.com so we can send you your prize. We also have a really good competition coming this week, which we'll tell you all about in a little bit. But do subscribe in the meantime because it really helps us out. And do you have to subscribe to be in with a chance to win one of our competitions? Well, there you go.
So subscribe and comment.
And you'll find out what the prize is in a little bit.
Yeah.
For those watching, what are we wearing? Fede, what are you wearing today?
I never know how to pronounce half of the stuff I'm
You
wearing.
look so good, honestly.
So this is a brand new brand, actually. It's called Effortless.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll link it. And I've been wearing this blazer specifically nonstop because it's such an unusual shape for a
So
blazer.
chic.
Great
Yeah.
shape.
And then this is just Zara. And these are Soru. And these are, oh my God, I'm so proud of these. I don't know if they can see them. But I got them on Vinted. They're Balenciaga.
No way.
£50.
No way.
Let's see
Yes.
properly. Lift your foot up.
I don't know.
Oh,
If, yeah.
They like your
chic.
Gucci, the shape. That's a good
Yes.
shape.
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
it.
Kind of the same
okay.
shape, but they're really good.
Wow.
And yeah, that's me.
Were you searching Balenciaga on Vinted?
No, I was searching for vintage pumps because I'm very into like granny looking
Yeah.
pumps, and I found these.
Love.
And yeah, what about you guys?
Hodge?
Can I just flag that I didn't know I was going to be on the pod today?
Sorry, you look great, but you
So
were
But
thrown
you
into
look
the
I
fab.
last
feel
minute.
really.
Yeah.
I've got my like racked shoes on from Cos, which the toe is gone. So, but it's such a
Cool.
good
The
shape.
shape's really cool.
Yeah.
What'd you do with that though? Because for those not watching, the toe is really scrubbed.
I don't know. You can have it brushed up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can like peel it down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Citizens of Humanity, the Isla jeans in dark denim, wash, and Yate shirt, stripy.
Where are your earrings from?
Bonvo.
Okay.
And I like them because they're quite tight to the side of my
Yeah.
And I like that in an earring.
I'm quite high street today. This is Massimo suede jacket.
Nice.
This little, I've got Lou and I are wearing the same jumper today. It's short sleeved. It's from Kiltane, which is the Scottish brand, knitwear brand that we love. Necklace and belt are both Suzanne. These trousers are Zara. Can I say these trousers? I ordered them like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Hated them. Sat in a pile to return. Never returned them. This morning I don't know what to wear, so I just
Oh
wore
my
them.
God. They look quite felty.
Great.
I know, in a good way.
Fantastic.
Like,
Great.
they look quite expensive.
And June, she's... Let's do new and noteworthy. This is where we can recommend some things we've been up to. Fede, do you have anything to recommend?
I have a book to recommend. It doesn't happen often. But so my friend just came out, it's been a little while now, but I just finished it and I really loved it. Emily Alston. Smarter.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really like it because it's brutally honest.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, who is she?
She has her own company and she scaled it amazingly. And then she wrote a book for entrepreneurs and to kind of tell her story. And it's just a very nice insight into the PR world, but just basically the work environment. And like, it's just very, very insightful, and it helped me a lot. So I really recommend it.
What was the biggest thing you took away from it?
Basically, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that say that they wake up at 5. A lot of my friends as well, they wake up at 5. And it creates such a pressure around like young people. I'm personally not a morning person, but then I work until like 2 a.m. at night. She basically says that that's complete BS. If you want to wake up at 8, if you want to wake up at 9, it doesn't really matter as long as you have your, and then it takes you through how to make your day as productive as possible in the hours that you're basically awake.
Yeah.
Like,
the hours in which you operate.
Yeah.
Because I personally wake up at 8 every morning, and I have friends that wake up at like 4:35, and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I can't function.
And
Like,
it makes you think that if you're somebody who can't do that, then you're not going to succeed, right?
Exactly.
Because that's the measure of
And
success.
by 8 a.m., they've done Pilates, yoga, I don't know, took the kids to school. I'm like, what?
Did you guys see a couple of weeks ago, there was this thing that went viral. This is more kind of in the male space, but this guy who, he's a massive TikToker, social media guy who went viral for his morning routine because it started at 3:40 a.m.
come
and
on.
like, you know, with his like crazy face dunking in ice and, you know, all of the sort of cliches about an early morning thing. And like, ultimately, it's what works for you, right?
That's what Emily says. You know, you've got to work out what works for you. Like she doesn't look at her emails before 10. Like we couldn't do that. But, you know, she's worked out that is the best way for her to get ready for the day and become focused. She wakes up, she meditates, she reads a book. Like she doesn't look at her phone.
Wow,
Before
until 10.
Yeah, and she exercises in the evening, doesn't she?
And it clearly worked out for her.
it
Yeah,
works.
she scaled her business.
What's fab about the book is that she writes it the way she speaks.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very,
Okay.
it's very
Swearing and all.
conversational.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, and she's very funny.
It's just very honest, and I like it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Hodge?
James and I, we've just been skiing for a week with the kids, and we got back late last night. We were staying in an apartment in La Rosière in France, and it was dreamy. So we've normally done hotels, and it's the first time we've done self-catering with the kids. We were with one other family. We had our own apartment each, but in a block. And it was really, you know, super stylish and chic, the apartment. It was sort of, you know, fur sort of throws everywhere. It's very, you know, alpine. But we got back into bed last night. We were like, oh my God, we've missed our sheets so much.
So these new sheets,
These are new sheets.
Tell us.
I can't tell you how good they are.
Really.
what material?
It's brushed cotton.
Okay, yeah, that's very soft.
Oh my God. But also with a top sheet under the duvet.
The mattress topper.
You need a mattress topper?
No. So mattress topper and then mattress, you know,
then the
elasticated
sheet.
Oh, the
sheet.
sheet, yeah.
And then a sheet, a flat sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the duvet.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Well,
Lou and I have had this fight before. We've had this fight on the podcast
on,
before.
I
do that.
Some people put their sheet under their topper, right? Is that what it is?
As in, so when you're lying in bed, you have a sheet on you and then the duvet.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. Oh, do you do that?
The sheet on top of the mattress topper.
Yeah, she's saying that she does that, and then she has a sheet
Another
and a
sheet.
duvet on top of her.
No, that's a bit
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's like a hotel.
exactly.
yeah.
I can't tell you.
I don't want that. I want the duvet touching me, not
Exactly.
a sheet.
It's called Taurus Novas. Oh, it's just made such a difference to my
What colour
sleep.
are they?
Well, we've got white,
Yeah.
but you can come. And also another thing I've done, which I think has made my bed look so much better, is that, you know, when you go to really nice hotels, I think you do actually, and you have square pillows,
do,
three
yeah.
square pillows, and then you have your 2 rectangle pillows in front. We've done that
That's
as
what
well.
I have, yeah.
Oh my God.
So you've got 7 pillows on the bed.
7
Yeah.
pillows. I really, really, really recommend these sheets. It's made such a difference to our sleep quality.
There's nothing
I'm
better than
sold.
like being excited to get into
Yeah.
bed.
Oh, yeah.
To the point, because I don't know how, like, is this rank? We changed our sheets once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
And so before we had to go back to another
Oh,
set.
that's really sad.
And so now I've got another set.
Yeah.
So now I was like, babe, every week is a good week.
You never have to miss out on the
we
company.
need the
I
link.
know. Like, I don't want to fake time for bed. Like,
Oh, wow.
it's that much.
Wow. Yeah, can't imagine that.
I don't want to
Can't
hurt
relate.
these sheets.
Can't relate.
They deserve
The-
more.
I'm sold.
Okay,
Anyway,
good
that's
to
my
know.
thing, yeah.
Love that.
I know.
Did you have a book to recommend as well?
Yeah, I hurt my leg one day in skiing. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I
Really?
decided to have a morning off and
Yeah.
You were like, I'm sick.
I was like, I put the boot on. The kids were in ski school. James and I went to meet some friends. I was like, oh, my shin is really... The difference, I put a legging on under my ski sock and it had caused a ridge in my
Oh.
boot. Oh, my God. It was quite painful. But the next day we were skiing to Italy, so it was a really long ski. So I was like, I think I'm going to have the morning off. And so James dropped me at this place and the sun was out and I'd 4 hours on my own.
In the sun.
In the sun. And it was just so dreamy, unplanned. And I downloaded my Kindle onto my phone. I don't know if everyone knows they can do that. I didn't. Downloaded this new book. Gillian McAllister, Famous Last Words. Leanne Moriarty, who wrote Big Little Lies, says on the front, I'm a massive fan. I was like, ooh. But it's about this girl who's had a baby and she's going back to work. The scene starts with her feeding the baby, about to drop it to nursery for the first time. Her husband has sort of disappeared. She remembers sort of like a coffee tasting kiss around 5 a.m. She gets to the office. She's a literary agent. And suddenly, like, there's breaking news on the TV and there are police walking through the office and they're walking into her office. And they say, are you married to Neil Deschamps? And she said yes. She's
Deschamps.
I'm
sorry, I haven't read it. It might be Deschamps.
I think it is. I think it's got a K. It hasn't. And she says yes. And she says, is he okay? And she says, yeah, he's okay. He's in a hostage situation. And she says, oh my God, where is he? Where is he being held? And they say, he's taken the 3 people. Anyway. So
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like, what the actual fuck?
Wow.
Then they come on and there's a hostage negotiator and she's like, can you imagine Ben?
Why are you taking people hostage?
What's happening?
Okay, wild. I love it.
So it is quite, and then, yeah.
That's a cool premise for a book.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
so I'm like 25% in. I obviously, in my 4 hours, I had a little sleep.
Well done, we're sold.
Can I say, I did that yesterday. I sat down to read. I read 1 page and then fell asleep for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what is wrong with me? I slept from 4 till 6.
Oh my God.
It's a
No.
great nap.
It was unreal.
In the sun.
No, on the sofa. Like, retired from the sun. And just, anyway, juicy.
It's good.
Great. I have 2 things to recommend. One is an exhibition. So there's a new Grace and Perry exhibition on at the Wallace Collection called Delusions of Grandeur. And it's basically, so Grace and Perry was invited by the Wallace Collection to come and, to exhibit there. And he sort of had to walk around the existing exhibit. For those who don't know, the style of art that's housed in the Wallace Collection is incredibly... It's kind of Rococo, it's incredibly traditional and ornate and, sort of an era. And he walked around and was like, I don't relate to this isn't me, this isn't who I am or what I like my art to say. So he basically invented another persona, a character that he decided would be the artist who would create this exhibition. So there's 40 new pieces of art in the exhibition and some of them are created by him and you have to get the audio guide because it's him talking through kind of what he's done and talking through the pieces. But he's basically used the existing Wallace Collection as inspiration for some very modern, very colourful. We can put some pictures on screen. It's totally nothing like what the space is known for. Very much more kind of the Grace and Perry ilk. But some of it is his own work and some of it is done by this character. It's really brilliant. It's amazing how he's taken these really traditional pieces of art and he operates in every medium. There is sculpture and painting and tapestry and furniture and he's created all of these pieces, with so much talent, all of them referencing something else within the gallery or something that the gallery is trying to say, but subverting it and using modern themes and
That's really cool.
a commentary on politics and society and the zeitgeist and all of the kind of relevant themes today. There's sort of layers of fiction within it and then layers of reality. He talks about a piece of art that isn't really there. Like it's all quite
wow.
He says at the beginning that you have to kind of suspend your belief and understand that there's kind of different layers of truth within this exhibition. And it's really good. It's pretty small. It's only about an hour's worth of moseying around. But I really recommend it. Really good. And it's on until October, by the way. So you've got some time. The other thing I wanted to recommend is a new TV show on Apple called The Studio.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Last Man.
No, I could talk about that. Last Comic. If you haven't watched Last Comic Standing.
Is it good?
There's an Italian version.
Okay.
It's big in Italy because I was talking to somebody Italian about it on Friday.
Oh, is it on Now TV?
Maybe.
Because yesterday...
Yeah, it's where they lock all the comedians in a room. Yeah.
Like it started in Italy.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Okay, exactly.
Oh
It's
my
really
God.
good. That wasn't what I was going to talk about, but yeah, it's on Prime. It's a 6 episode. They basically lock the UK's best comedians in a room together for 6 hours and they have to
not laugh.
They have to not laugh.
And different
it's
comedians
hilarious.
every episode?
No.
It's
It's one group
For 6 hours.
6 episodes, 6 hours, and it's like Richard Ayoade and Bob Mortimer and
Is there any
Joe
women?
Lycett.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's loads of women. There's Judy Love's in it, Sarah Pascoe.
Fun.
It's pretty evenly split.
Okay.
They basically have to perform and trigger each other to laugh. That's it's really simple.
Oh my God.
format.
So like playground.
So playground.
Yeah.
I'd say the first few episodes are kind of slow, but it gets like, I don't really laugh at TV very much. Even if something's funny, I might be like, that's funny. I don't really laugh. I was crying by episodes 4 and 5. So good.
Okay,
really
great.
recommend that. What I was going to talk about is The Studio on Apple, which is the new Seth Rogen series.
Oh, yes.
Which is so, I really love it. It is about a film production studio. In the first episode, Seth Rogen is this kind of diehard cinephile. He's worked for the studio his whole life. He's always dreamt of running a studio, but he really wants, he cares about art and the craft of filmmaking. But he replaces the head of the studio, and there's a kind of a huge push by the owner to make it really, really commercial, and he wants a kind of Marvel Barbie style hits. And so it's a little bit about Seth Rogen's character kind of trying to get that balance between wanting to kind of be an artiste and leave his mark and work on these projects with massive integrity, but also
sell
and make money. So there's been 3 episodes so far. The first one sets the scene. The second one is, I think the whole thing is shot in real time. If it's not, it certainly feels like it. It all takes place it's like a half an hour episode that takes place over the course of half an hour. And then the third episode is again a sort of, the whole thing is sort of capers and antics. That he's a bit of a kind of lovable oaf. He's in the way. He gets things wrong. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Amazing talent and like cameo roles in it. In the first episode, Martin Scorsese's in it. Ron Howard's in the third. Greta Lee's in the second. Catherine O'Hara plays a recurring character. It's honestly, Catherine Hahn also plays, do you know who I mean? Plays the head of marketing. She's hilarious in it. It's an amazing cast. You know how shows on Apple just look so expensive? It is so glossy. It is so...
They probably are.
I think it probably is really expensive. It's beautiful. It's got this kind of 70s sheen to it. Like is
it set in current day?
Yeah. It's set in current
the
day.
Artwork, it looks...
Exactly, very 70s. No,
Yeah.
it's fully set in modern day, but they've used all the most incredible mansions. There's really 70s kind of shapes and architecture and that kind of Hollywood heyday glory kind of golden light is on the whole thing. It's really it's pacey, and it's got this sort of drum music behind it all to kind of, it's quite a stressful watch, almost like The Bear. It's got that kind of anxiety running through it, but it's really slick and really elevated, and I'd really recommend it.
So it's on
so
Apple.
Many good things out. There's loads of new TV.
I know, but I feel like Severance has just ended, and The White Lotus, we've all got the last episode to watch tonight. It will be over by this point. What do you think happens? Is there any point talking about what we think?
Oh my God, it's so good.
There's been so much chat around Amy Lou Wood that I think it's to do with them.
Even with the past 3, was it 3 or 2 seasons? Anyway, you never really know. Like whatever you think, it's not the case
It's
anyway.
true.
So I don't want to.
Yeah. Before we move on, it's time for the competition that we talked about.
Here we go.
So we have a competition, Cowshed. This is dreamy. It's kindly gifting one lucky winner a soothing cow. This is so nice. I would like this. A soothing cowshed massage, along with a bundle of cowshed products to help relax and rejuvenate tired muscles and feet at home. That includes the cowshed relax bath and shower gel. I love the relax. Like,
can I enter?
I quite like the invigorating.
Oh, I love relax. The Cowshed Relax Body Oil, Cowshed Heel Foot Cream, and the Revive Foot Scrub. Dream. Okay, so to enter, please leave a comment in the comments below. We should say, wherever you're listening to this, you can leave a comment, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, leave a comment. We'd love to know what you love about the SheerLuxe podcast and what your favourite chat topics are. And then next week, like we did before, we will pick a winner in the podcast. T's and C's are in the notes. Dream. Cowshed massage. Can I say, people always say to me, I'm sure you guys get the same, that I'm hard to buy for. Cowshed voucher. That is all I want because I love my massages so much.
The friend I was skiing with, she booked us a Mother's Day massage, but it was a couple's, because it was Mother's Day while we were there.
Yeah.
So on the Wednesday, but it was a couple's massage.
Oh God.
It's so funny.
I want the two of you together.
That's part of the deal was
Better than nothing.
post-massage was a fragrant bath with a glass of champagne. With
your friend. Did you do it?
We did.
That's what you did.
I love that.
I know, it was so nice.
Great. Girl time. Ben and I once had a couples massage in Mexico, and they made us do a fertility practice before. It was like a fertility ceremony. We were like, oh my God. We had to hold hands, and they spritz some fertility stuff on us. We were like, get Get it off.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Go away. We're going to talk about mustn't miss now, but before we move on, please do subscribe if you don't already. Did we say, we didn't say in the competition that you have to subscribe, but you do have to be subscribing as well.
Yes, you do.
So please do that. Mustn't miss. What have you loved?
The tattoo, the April Fool's.
Pip's fake tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Did
really
you see
funny.
it?
That was really
It was
funny.
really funny.
Do you know what? I feel like our social team are editing so well at the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it
really
was
impressed.
a funny concept, but I just thought the edit on that
Did
was
you
really
not know
cool.
about it?
Yeah, of course I knew about
Oh
it.
gosh,
yeah.
you're so good. I can't believe anything you say.
I know Georgie messaged me being like, "Ha, Pip got you." I was like, "No, she didn't." You know,
When
well,
you
it
say
was-
you look great, I'm like, do I?
It wouldn't be very good content if I'd have sat there been like,
Yeah.
I know. For those who haven't seen, we played an April Fool's prank on The Office, and Pip went and got a fake SheerLuxe tattoo.
Yeah.
Although Lou did tell me it was the old logo, which I hadn't noticed. So.
Only Lou would notice that. I love
I
that.
don't think would anyone else know? Can I just talk about quickly what I've loved on SheerLuxe, and then we're going to come to you. So last couple of weeks ago, I spent the day but with following Alice Casey-Hayford, who is head of content at Net-a-Porter, which is one of my favourite things to do because it's like being an intern. Like you literally rock up at a new office and you're like, "Hi, I'm new, I'm here to spend the day with you." And Net-a-Porter as well, it's a kind of hallowed halls. So followed her for the day. For those who don't know, she's had a very kind of illustrious career. She was at Refinery 29 and then Vogue and is now at Net. And I love going behind the scenes of a business that has like comparisons to ours, that there are similarities, and seeing what the processes are and seeing what the priorities are, because obviously she's running content like we are, but for a website that sells their own products. And so that is obviously a different thing to who we are and what we do. And we met with all kinds of teams, from marketing through to talent. They have their own podcast as well. We looked at mood boards for shoots. It was really cool. So check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, it's live Tuesday, so it'll be live.
So it'll be live by the time the podcast goes out.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Fede, big week.
Okay, so I'm quite nervous talking about it because
No,
this is the
sick.
first time that I'm actually talking about it on like in this capacity. Okay, Flow. I'm launching my own social commerce platform. Why? Because I feel like I've grown a bit tired of how clunky the current platforms that we have are. I'm quite lazy when it comes to linking and things like that, but I get asked a lot. So I basically built, my team and I built a code knowing what the current platforms were, because I wanted a space where it's so easy to shop a look. So basically we're gonna, you're all gonna be able to see it soon because it's launching on Wednesday. But yes.
So it'll be live by the time this is live. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
basically,
F-F-L-O-W.
Yes, Flow with two Fs.
We'll link to it.
And Flow is obviously the Flow because it's so easy to use. Well,
Love that.
you're going to see. But basically, once you click on a look, you'll have a clear breakdown of what all the items are, and you're going to be able to shop whatever brand and as many brands, as many items as you want in one go. And we connect to each brand's T's and C's. So we kind of act like Farfetch in that way, so that once you put the order through us, you then get an email from the brands that you shop from saying thank you for your order. So we don't hold stock, but it's just so easy to use, and I'm so excited for this, even for myself, because it's just like I just wanted something that's so quick, so easy.
So you just have one basket instead of having like
and one
5
platform.
different baskets.
Yes, just in case anyone's not clear. So it's to shop influencer or content creators' wardrobes.
Yeah.
So where now any of those platforms that people link through, you have to go out and check out individually on any one item.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're saying you can basically put a basket together via your app.
Exactly.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
the amazing thing is that I was actually talking to Nadia Phillips, which we all know her, love her. She made a really good point. She basically said that as a stylist, sometimes when private clients ask you to build a basket, it's really hard on the current platforms that we have, because a client is not really gonna check out on a thousand different.
So
you know
true.
what? Nadia was like, you should keep this in mind and do something for stylists. So this is what we're going to do at Flow as well. We're basically going to, as a creator, like we're going to have creator pages and creators closets, but we're also going to have stylists basically build looks for their private clients, so that it's so easy to just build one basket, buy look, and the customer can just click pay. And
Love that.
Yeah.
How long has it been in the works for?
I want to say 7 to 8 months, which is actually quite quick.
It is, yeah.
To considering the code that we built. We have an amazing team, and now it all starts because now we only had angel investors, and now that we're live, we're going to be looking at VCs and So now it's getting serious.
It's grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I
Amazing.
know.
How did you get the idea?
So my partner and I, so obviously he's very techie and I'm more on the creative side. So he came up with an initial idea and then got feedback from me. I never really used any of the platforms, so just because they were a bit clunky and a lot of landing pages, and I physically don't have time to do that. So then we came together and came up with the idea of building this type of code. It's so crazy how often does it happen that you go into a market where you only have basically two main competitors, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So true.
How often does it happen?
Yeah, so few people have tried this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not interested, at least at the beginning, I'm not interested in competing
No.
with those giants.
Yeah.
Because my main goal is to still be boutique-y and very curated. So like the brands that I want to have on board initially are brands, the cool brands that we find on Instagram that people are actually interested in. So at the beginning, I want it to be very curated. We're going to do a lot of hubs because for me personally as a creator, my career was built on in real life connections and relationships. So I really want the creators to know that what they have can be a serious business, right?
Yeah.
So I want to empower them and meet the brands and meet the people behind the brands and let the magic happen between them basically. And so there's going to be a lot of in-person events and hubs, and I'm really excited.
Well done.
On a slightly different tack, I was chatting to a friend this weekend who is a kind of like a mummy influencer, different vibe. But she was saying that she was at an event for Amazon like last week, and it was a mum influencer thing. And she was like, it was insane because so many women were there and who like wouldn't have otherwise necessarily had this career or been able to juggle their career and make money, and now they've got these like legitimate businesses, and it's so frustrating that so many people think it's such a sort of like whatever,
pictures.
just whatever.
I think it's pictures.
Influencers, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's just taking photos because there is legitimately, it's powering the economy at this stage.
Oh yeah, this market alone is worth trillions of dollars. So people have to come with so
You go, girl.
That's
So
exciting.
exciting.
And you've moved house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've
and that.
literally.
And it's true. You've done a lot. What's one thing you're really excited to put in the house?
I'm excited for the sofa and table to arrive because right now we literally just have the bed and we're having people over, but they're like it's very awkward, standing.
This is very John Lennon.
Yeah, exactly. But not ideal. But yeah, it's coming together. You know what? There's a lot of gaps in the market for a lot of things that you might know.
Yeah.
Like wall lamps, for example.
Yeah.
To the point where my boyfriend now wants to start, but it's
so good.
wall lamps. It's so hard to find good ones.
I had this real thing, and I imagine you're the same. At the beginning, I was like, I don't want to buy anything in my house from a mass brand.
Oh no,
exactly. I was like, I want everything to be either vintage or from a small British designer.
Exactly.
And I did do a really good job of that for quite a long time. And then I didn't give up, but I just I kind of stopped doing my house because that just got really hard. So, but I did start like that, and it is nice, but it takes you have to really have the time to research and
wait
around.
for stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, it takes everything
painful.
takes ages.
But you you really loved everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You wanted everything to bring
did.
you joy, which is so nice.
Yeah.
You don't want to settle,
No,
you want to
exactly.
wait for stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
expensive,
Don't
so-
do all of that work and then be fuck it. I need
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Zara Home. Exactly.
To be fair, I did buy my plates from Zara Home.
There is this is no shades. I love Zara
I
Home.
love Zara
my
Home.
God. And my glasses, and everyone's shocked by them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good.
They
There's
got
some good
these
stuff to find.
gorgeous new speckled tumbler water glasses
Oh,
with the
nice.
jar. It's so nice for summer.
They've got really good stuff.
Yeah, they've done well.
And look, you've got to, it's
Mix and
expensive
match.
to do this stuff. So
Yeah.
you've got to save the pennies where you can.
Yeah.
Okay, hot topic. This says, let's chat all things culture, celebrity, and news. Can we talk about the Beatles?
Yeah.
Movies.
Yes.
Because it was announced, this is slightly old news because it was announced last week that Sam Mendes is directing, I think this has been kind of rumoured for a long time, directing the Beatles biopics. I say because there's going to be 4 individual films.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
No, is that
So-
the one with Paul Mescal?
Yeah, so it's Paul Mescal, Barry Keoghan, Joseph Quinn, Harris Dickinson. So each of them are playing a different Beatle.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 4 films. Sam Mendes came out with a statement about how, it's going to be like bingeable series, but in the cinema. Guys, are you going to go to the cinema for 4 films?
4
Because
times.
Not a chance.
That is just not going to happen.
Not
Yeah,
a chance for
no.
me. Do they release them week after week? Do they
Yeah.
release them all in one go? How do you, surely, if you were the Beatles, I know not many of them are left, but if you were the 2 remaining Beatles, wouldn't you be really insecure about. If I was Ringo
Who's going
Starr, I'd be like,
first?
well, no one's going to come and see my film,
Yeah.
are they? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, putting them all in competition with
I
each other.
sort of get it that they were the four of them were so iconic that they all deserve their own piece of the pie. You know, it's not like, you know, in a boy band, like there's always one like dead.
Yeah.
Like those four were equally.
Not really,
Well,
though. Like,
I think
George
in-
Harrison is not John Lennon.
No,
is
but I
he?
think if we'd grown up in the 60s, you wouldn't think that.
Maybe,
Like, I
okay.
feel they were all four, like, you know.
Legends at the
Yeah,
time,
like,
okay.
so. But I feel that is a massively risky marketing strategy.
I think so too. I feel like it's hard to get people into the cinema
Yeah.
as is, let alone
4 times.
Yeah.
times.
Like, the only thing I've seen in the cinema in like 3 years is Bridget Jones.
Did you not see Wicked?
A Brutalist.
But very long.
Worth every second.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I
Oh
never saw it.
my God.
But I would never go to cinema. to
Really?
watch
I
it.
actually do
Oh,
like
I
the
love
cinema
it.
trip.
Yeah.
Did you see Anora?
No.
I loved Anora. That was great.
Well, that's a good example of marketing being 90% of it.
Yes, because it was a small
They
film.
spent triple
Yeah.
the money on marketing, and this is why.
Yeah.
Because it was everywhere, so obviously they were gonna win an
Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. You know what? It's actually funny because a friend of mine is actually involved in this Beatles thing.
Okay, the Sam Mendes one.
Yeah, and the money
Oh, yeah.
that's been put into it.
Yeah.
So they have massive expectations. And they were talking about how all of these individual actors, especially like Barry and like smaller ones, are going to be like
Yeah,
blown
it's
out.
enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw
Yeah.
a thing, a TikTok saying, wouldn't it, like, obviously great to have cast these guys
Yeah.
because, like, they're all the kind of hottest young actors, but the whole, like, it was awesome how the Beatles were 4 unknown guys from Liverpool. And I was
Yeah.
like, so should they not have cast
yeah.
4 unknown?
Yeah.
But they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
You- 4 unknown people
because
do
they're
not drive.
spending a lot, so
Yeah.
they need to.
There was a
make
whole,
that up.
I
Yeah.
think it was
Yeah.
in the Rest is Entertainment last week, they were talking about the campaigns that go into Oscars,
Yeah.
like nominations.
Yeah.
And basically you have to be prepared to spend a shitload of money if
Yeah.
you want your film to be, or your actor
Yeah.
or whatever to be considered. So
Yeah.
it is, you know, we might think it's a way of measuring the best movies, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
it's the movies with the biggest budget to
Oh, yeah.
spend on
Yeah,
marketing.
completely.
Because Anora was something like
Yeah.
nothing for the movie and then 200 million
Yeah,
in
yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there you go.
It was a
Won an
tiny
Oscar.
film.
Yeah.
And also how much the stars then get paid on top to market. We did a red carpet interview for Black Bag and we didn't get Pierce Brosnan. And we were like, why didn't we get him?
Yeah.
And one of the girls was like, he didn't interview by anyone.
Because he doesn't have to.
Because
That's in his contract. Yeah.
But like,
Love that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
was
so
like,
cool.
but that's wild, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel they must pay them extra.
yeah, they negotiate
yeah,
their terms, of
100%.
course.
For the content, yeah, which is so different, isn't it? Because you'd think that they would be like, "Fuck, I want this to succeed." I suppose if they've got
Yeah.
cash in the film, people who can
Yeah,
take
exactly. If you're an investor.
percentages, if
or
you've
if
got,
you're Pierce Brosnan and you don't, you're just
Yeah,
like,
you're
I don't
right.
need to do
I'm
it.
doing this
yeah.
for shits
I'm
and
doing
gigs.
you a favor
Exactly.
by being
yeah,
in the movie.
literally, like, you're welcome. I'll show up
Yeah,
at the premiere.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, Pierce. He was like,
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm going home.
I know. I love how much he loves his wife. Side note.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet. Speaking of Pierce Brosnan, I saw a thing this morning. I think it was in the London Standard, saying that, and you know, the next Bond movie is like a total shit show
Yeah.
because Amazon bought
Yeah.
the Broccoli's rights to it, and anyway, it's all on pause. But saying that there's a big contest between who's going to write the next song, and apparently it's Adele versus Ray. Adele's already had a Bond
she
song,
should be
so
Ray.
I
I
feel
love
like
Ray.
no, and
Ray
I feel
should
like
get
Ray is.
I love her
Right?
so much.
I love her too.
Yeah.
So I can see that for her. There's no film, but there might
Let's
be a
go,
song.
Ray.
But there might be a song.
That's great.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy how much she grew.
I know.
I know.
I'm glad that now she's actually singing because I found out about Ray with
That
escapism.
Nintendo. Oh, I thought
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
that like Nintendo?
No,
advert
about
that she
drugs,
does?
sex, this and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And now
I
she's
know.
like, and now we all know that she has the most insane voice and she's
Insane.
British. And it's like, whoa.
I feel like I know her from that Nintendo advert. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know her otherwise, but that bloody advert.
Exactly.
So annoying.
Oh, my- which
Have you
one
not
was
seen
that?
it? She's on the like tour, you know, circuit, and she like gets in the car and she's like, ugh, now I can just chill. And she plays like is it Wii? Is it
Oh,
Nintendo?
right.
One of those
Oh,
games. And then she
wow.
like goes and plays with all her friends. I know, it's so random.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Speaking of people being paid a lot of money to advertise things.
Oh, yeah.
Did
Well
not
done,
know
Ray.
I mentioned it.
Good for
Well
you,
done,
hun.
Ray. Dilemmas. Somebody has said, my partner of 7 years says he doesn't believe in marriage. I've always dreamt of a big wedding and a ring. Do I wait it out, try to change his mind, or accept that my fantasy might never happen? What do you guys
That's
think?
hard.
It depends how committed this guy is.
It makes me think of He's Just Not That Into You, the movie. Jennifer Aniston is trying to get Ben Affleck to marry her. Like that, this is their dynamic.
Yeah.
And her point is like, it's not that big a deal to get married. Like if you love me and it means this much to me to get married, like why wouldn't you just do it? I kind of feel a bit like that.
I kind of feel the same.
Yeah. There is something about why don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to snap me up?
Look, listen, I understand that a lot of people, if people have come from families where there's been a really nasty divorce or I do understand why some people are really against it or you might be against it because you think it's a kind of institution that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if it means a lot to the other person, all you're technically doing is signing a piece of paper. It's a lot more tax efficient. You should maybe tell him that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a sensible financial decision to get married.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, I don't know, just what's there to lose? That's obviously not good advice to the girl herself. But to me, it's a red flag, I think.
I feel it's like it makes a weird power imbalance in a relationship when somebody really wants to get married and then somebody doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get past that, but why don't you want to?
That's the thing.
You do feel hurt, but you've got to take that out of it and it could just be practical reasons.
Yeah, but I just think he's got to get over them. Okay, so what should she do? What did she ask? Did she say, do I wait it out, try to change his mind, or accept that it might never happen?
I mean, it depends how much she cares about it, but I personally would just like sit him down and be like, listen, I really care about this. It's a lot of people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper, especially because just a piece of paper, just marry me. You know what I mean? Like, we've been together for ages. Just like, let's make it official. For me, in Italy, I don't know about the UK, but in Italy, if you're not married and something happens to you, you're not entitled, like, you can't go to the hospital, for example.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So for us, it's like, this is why my dad might get remarried because he's like, something were to happen to me, I wouldn't have anyone. Like my girlfriend couldn't.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
I don't know about the UK, but like,
I don't think that here, but I think there's definitely rules in terms of kind of inheritance and tax implications and all sorts of things that it makes life a lot easier if you're married.
I feel like
which by the way should probably be questioned
Yeah.
because that's quite archaic.
Exactly. Yeah.
But given that those are the rules.
Yeah.
I was with someone for almost 8 years. Wow. I find it harder when you're with someone from a young age for so long and you kind of get, I don't know. I ended up breaking up with him because it's just like, I don't know, it's just a weird...
I agree. I think you move slower when you've been together.
Exactly.
When you were younger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Things are kind of... I remember, God, we were still really young when we got married, but I wanted it sooner than he was prepared to do because you get to this place where you're like, okay, well, we've been together for this long, we're heading in that direction anyway,
exactly.
so why aren't we just doing that now? Which I don't think is right, by the way, because when you look like... I think I would have been engaged at like 25 given the choice and my wedding would have looked even more like a child bride than I do. But I think there's something about when you meet as adults.
It moves quicker.
You're more productive almost. And whereas, when you're kids, you just kind of, you still feel like kids for a long time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, if we do that, what's next?
Yeah.
There's nothing
exactly.
else.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the end.
Exactly.
I agree. I think she should sit him down and
have an honest
Have it
conversation. And listen, if he doesn't want to marry you because he doesn't think you're his person, then that's a different thing.
Yeah. Okay, this is juicy. One of my oldest friends has suddenly become besties with a much glossier, more influencery crowd. She barely returns my messages and only invites me to the less Instagrammable plans. I feel dropped. Do I say something or just let her go?
Oh.
Harsh. Maybe this is a controversial take. Some people are just dicks. If she's just a dick who's just ditched you for a better looking, glossier crowd, just bye. No.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me.
But you're the glossiest, most Instagrammable. So how's that?
I feel you're going to drop
regret
me.
it. It happens a lot, especially in the industry. It happens. Like, there's always going to be someone glossier. There's always going to be, I find it so pathetic. Like, it just makes my blood boil. Because like my closest friends are out of the industry because of this. It's like I couldn't give.
No.
Like,
that's tough if that's not because you work in this world, but because your best.
I feel like value yourself, and she will regret that.
Yeah,
because they're not real friends. No, and she. Well, if the shit hits the fan, they won't be there to support her, and then she'll be coming crawling back to you.
But also, sorry, they might be, and if they are, then great, good for her. But if she's going to treat you like that, then you don't, you deserve to be treated like that. So cut ties.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think so.
Cheerio. Well, we put the world to rights.
Yes, that was
Thanks,
so
babe.
fun.
Was that your first podcast ever, or just ours?
No, just you.
I was going to say,
but you're a good one, so I'm like,
You were so good.
Well done. Where can we go and give a hard plug to Flow? Where do people find it?
I have a page, Flow. It's just called Flow.
FLOW.
Yes. And then I'm going to post all about it on my page, Federica.labanca. Thank you for the support, always.
Well done.
And Yes.
Yay.
Exciting.
Thank you for having me.
Hope this week goes well. Thanks, Hodge. Thanks, both of you. If you enjoyed that, or if you have any feedback, do email. It still is podcast@SheerLuxe.com. It should really be podcast.
It should be. That
gotta
is supposed
change
to have
it.
been changed.
It's podcast@SheerLuxe.com. Don't forget to look out for the question box on social every week where you can ask us questions, put your dilemmas to the panel, and please do subscribe and also enter the competition. You need to subscribe and you need to comment wherever you get your podcast telling us why you love the podcast. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.